How many times have you tried to please everyone and ended up feeling empty? How many times have you given everything you had and still felt invisible? How many nights have you stared at the ceiling, wondering why you always feel alone, even surrounded by people? You smile, but inside, there's a storm. You laugh, but inside, there's a void. You keep moving, but inside, you are exhausted. Rejection, criticism, failure. They cut deeper than anyone around you can see, and no matter how hard you try, it's never enough. Never enough to silence the voice inside your head. Never enough to quiet the doubt in your chest. You feel the weight of other people's eyes, the weight of other people's words, the weight of expectations you never chose. Tell me, how long can you carry that weight? Tell me, how long can you keep running from yourself? Because every time you try to escape the pain, it follows. Every time you hide your fear, it grows. Every time you pretend to be strong, you break a little more inside. You wonder, why me? Why do I feel so lost? Why does nothing ever fill this emptiness? And deep down you know the truth. It isn't the world outside that's destroying you. It's the voice inside, the one you refuse to face. It's easy to blame the world. It's easy to blame your parents, your friends, your enemies. It's easy to blame the boss who didn't see your worth, or the person who broke your heart. But the truth is harsher. The truth is deeper. The pain you feel is not coming from them, so it's coming from you. Criticism hurts only when it touches a wound already inside. Rejection stings only because you fear you are not enough. Failure burns only because your ego cannot accept its own cracks. You think the world is against you, but the real enemy lives within you. Your own mind, your own shadow, and still you run. You run toward distraction, toward approval, toward applause, toward the noise of others, just to drown out the silence of yourself. But listen carefully. Every time you beg for validation, you lose power. Every time you reveal your weakness, you give someone else the weapon to use against you. Every time you speak without control, you betray yourself. That's why you feel enslaved. That's why no amount of success ever feels enough, because the chains are not on your hands. The chains are on your mind. You think you are free, but you live inside a prison built by fear. Fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, fear of being alone. And the harder you try to escape that fear, the tighter the chains become. This is the truth few dare to face. The battlefield is not out there. It is in here, inside your thoughts, inside your wounds, inside the part of you that you keep denying. You can hide from the world, but you cannot hide from yourself. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Think about that for a moment. How many times have you blamed destiny? How many times have you said, "This is just who I am," when in reality, it was your shadow pulling the strings. Your shadow, the parts of you that you hide. Your anger, your envy, your fear. The voices you don't want to admit are yours. You bury them. You cover them with smiles. You silence them with distractions. But they do not disappear. They grow, they wait, and they rule you from the dark. That is why your life feels like a cycle you cannot break. The same mistakes, the same people, the same emptiness. It's not fate. It's not destiny. It's your unconscious controlling you while you pretend to be awake. Nietzsche once wrote, "He who fights with monsters must take care that he himself does not become a monster." Do you see? The battle is not outside. It is within. The monster you fear most is already inside you. And the more you refuse to face it, the more it consumes you. But here lies the revelation. What you call weakness can become strength. What you call fear can become power. What you call shadow can become your greatest light. When you bring the unconscious into the open, you stop being a slave. When you face your shadow, you stop calling it fate. When you accept the monster, you discover the warrior. And in that moment, your life is no longer ruled by chains you cannot see. It is ruled by you. There are two kinds of people in this world: those who live as slaves to their wounds, and those who turn their wounds into weapons. The weak react. The strong observe, the weak scream. The strong stay silent. The weak need the crowd. The strong walk alone. The weak hide their fear. The strong look it in the eye, you can hear the difference. The weak fill the air with noise, begging to be noticed. The strong choose silence, and in that silence they command respect. The weak search for approval. The strong create their own value. The weak obey the herd. The strong create a new path. Which one are you? Be honest. Are you still begging for love? Or are you learning to love your own silence? Listen carefully. The herd is loud, but their noise dies quickly. The individual is quiet, but their silence echoes forever. The world is full of people who want to be seen, but the rare ones are those who don't need to be seen at all. They shine without noise. They dominate without words. They rule without raising their voices. This is the contrast you must never forget. Noise is weakness. Silence is strength. Dependence is slavery. Self-mastery is freedom. Confusion is the way of the crowd. Clarity is the way of the rare. The line is drawn. The choice is yours. Transformation does not come from comfort. It comes from pain. It comes from silence. It comes from the nights when you feel like breaking. And still you don't. You want freedom. Then stop running from your shadow. Stop pretending you are only light. Stop pretending you are only strong. Because real strength is born from weakness. Real courage is born from fear. Real wisdom is born from suffering. Carl Jung called it the integration of the shadow. It means taking everything you deny, everything you fear, everything you hate in yourself, and bringing it into the light. When you accept your shadow, it loses its power to control you. When you carry your pain willingly, it cannot break you anymore. Do you understand? The path is not to escape the darkness. The path is to walk through it. That is why solitude matters. That is why silence matters. Because in solitude you meet yourself. In silence you hear the truth. Most people run away. They hide in distractions. They hide in noise. They hide in shallow approval, but not you. Not if you are willing to rise. Not if you are willing to pay the price of freedom. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels heavy. Yes, you will lose people who never understood you. But what you gain is unbreakable. You gain clarity. You gain strength. You gain a freedom no one can touch. Silence becomes your weapon. Pain becomes your teacher. Solitude becomes your crown. And from that moment, you no longer beg for power. You become power. Listen to me carefully. This is where everything changes. When you speak less, you win more. When you choose silence, you gain power. When you master yourself, no one else can master you. This is the law. The rare obey it. The herd ignores it. And the results are written on their faces. The herd is loud. The herd is desperate. The herd is weak, but the rare are calm. The rare are silent. The rare are untouchable. You have a choice. Right now. In this moment, you can keep chasing applause. Or you can walk into silence. You can keep begging for approval. So you can create your own worth. You can keep talking about change. Or you can become change. Which one will you choose? Because choice defines destiny. And silence defines strength. Remember this. Noise is cheap. Silence is priceless. Words can betray you. But silence protects you. Noise makes you predictable. Silence makes you dangerous. Noise belongs to the crowd. Silence belongs to the rare. Say it with me. Speak less. Win more. Speak less. Win more. Every time you stay quiet when the world expects you to react, you win. Every time you observe when others explode in anger, you win. Every time you hold your truth inside until the right moment, you win, and the victories build, one after another. Until people look at you differently, they can't explain it. They don't know why, but they feel it. They feel the weight of your silence. They feel the depth of your calm. They feel the danger in your stillness. That is when you stop asking for power. That is when you stop chasing respect, because power and respect chase you. Say it again. Speak less. Win more. This is your weapon. This is your freedom. This is your crown. If you are still here, you are not ordinary. Most people clicked away. Most people couldn't handle the silence. But you stayed. That means something. It means you are ready. It means you are rare. Remember this. The journey does not end here. Silence is only the beginning. Mastery takes time. Strength takes sacrifice. Freedom takes courage. But you have already proven you have what it takes. Because you listened until the end. Because you dared to face yourself. Now I want you to do one thing. Go to the comments and write, I choose silence. I choose strength. Say it publicly. Own it. Declare it. Because words spoken with intention become reality. And if this message stayed with you, don't stop here. The next video will take you further. The next step in the path, because this journey, your journey, is far from over. So remember, speak less, win more, and never forget, your silence is your power.